This interview was recorded in fall of 2023.
I mean, my parents really just always told me to be humble, always stay motivated too. I'm a trash talker. I will talk trash, but I'm gonna be your friend off the court.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
when we step in between the lines, it's game on. But
I've seen you talk.
Yeah. I get after a little bit.
Brady Hardewig, welcome to What's in Your Bag.
Yep, thanks for having me.
No problem. So I have known you for a long time, Brady.
Yep.
You were a little kid shooting at Mercy Health Flex Anderson.
Yep.
Your dad rebounding for you. And the crazy thing is, like, I've seen the evolution of your basketball career. From the time you were a little kid to, God, just the other day you were up there shooting with your dad. And I've seen it all, and one thing I will say about you is the term sweat equity. Like, you've put in the time. And what I want a lot of young people out there to get out of this interview is you're accomplished. We'll go over a lot of your stats and, obviously going to West Georgia. Mm-hmm. But that just didn't magically happen. You put the time into it. And I want young people to understand what it takes to reach that level. Mm-hmm. So here on What's in Your Bag, we do a couple things. I ask everybody to bring in a bag,
yeah.
And in that bag, you must bring 2 items. One item has to be one that represents your journey in life, mm-hmm. And the other, I'm a shoe guy,
yeah.
So it's a pair of shoes that represents your journey in basketball. Now, I do not know what you have in your bag, which makes this conversation very free-flowing. That's what I really love about this. So, you ready?
Yep.
Let's start with your bag. Why don't you tell us about that?
All right, this is a Smith League All-American game bag. I got a text back in the summer, and Peyton Smith.
Shout out Peyton Smith.
Yeah, shout out Peyton Smith. Invited me to this game. It was about 20 kids in the class of 2023. It was first ever game, Smith League, and I really like this bag. I've had it since then. I take it everywhere, and as accomplishment, I felt like I represent Cincinnati well. Born and raised here, so.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, so why basketball? Like, why did that become the sport that you put so much time into?
So my parents, my dad, he kind of grew up with me, or put it in my hands as first take. I mean, I had a basketball since the womb.
Yeah.
Since I had it in my bed, so I fell in love with the game. My cousins plays it, my uncles, they all played it, and I just wanted to break records from them. I always want to break Pop's record.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit.
I never played any other sport. I played baseball. I quit in 4th grade. I just always loved basketball. I love competing. I love fast-paced games, so I couldn't deal with baseball stuff.
Yeah, baseball.
So basketball was right up my alley. My cousin Jackson Holt, he inspired me, and not inspired me, but grew up with me playing. We always used to go over to the house, play together.
Tell everyone where Jackson's playing.
Yeah, Jackson plays at Eastern Kentucky University. We actually will be in the same conference next year, which is really cool, I think.
That'll be cool.
I'm sure we'll talk about that, but
Grandma
loves that. Little trash talk, yeah. They're going to be really good this year, but we don't have to worry about it this year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And one of the things about you is, like, I think you're a very pleasant kid. Like, you're easy to be around. You seem to get along with everybody. You talk about the Smith All-American game. I came over to that practice that you guys had at Walnut Hills High School. Yeah. And then I was at the game. And one of the things is, and this is true for, even AAU, you get to meet so many different players. Yeah. Like, so many guys playing at a high level, like Evan Ipsaro at Miami, and I could name 17 other kids but like, one of the things that you've done is, I think you've done a great job of building great relationships, with a lot of other, basketball players. You're just a pleasant kid to be around. Where do you get that from?
I mean, my parents really just always told me to be humble, always stay motivated too. I'm a trash talker. I will talk trash, but I'm gonna be your friend off the court.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
when we step in between the lines, it's game on. But
I've seen you talk some
yeah. I get after a little bit. But other than that, like, I'm just here to build relationships. I mean, I love Cincinnati. I've obviously gone away from college, but I always come back here. Cincinnati's pretty good at basketball, really good. So I love it here and build all those connections, and they take you far in life. That's what I get away from it.
Yeah, and playing AAU basketball, and
Yeah.
I know I saw the bookend of AAU for you with us. You played for us when you were younger, and then
Came back around
and
Yeah.
played your last season of AAU with us, and just the relationships you build through that. How did AAU basketball help out your game?
So that really changed me, honestly, because I always used to play at like nothing but net, like local stuff, and then we went to the higher level stuff, which is like, when I really started seeing it was like 3rd and 4th grade. I was like, these dudes are athletic. Like, I gotta elevate my game more, and so that really put me like AAU's like it's like fake. It's like, you know how AAU is. They can get up and down, but like that's like real basketball. That's where like the athletes are. Like school ball, you can try out and you're probably gonna make the team. There's A, B, and C teams, but AAU, you're a top team. Like, and I always worked to get on that top team I played for. Tried out for Cincinnati Royals when I was really little, and so AAU's changed a lot. It puts a perspective in my mind, like where I have to be, and especially as I got to high school, I had to work on stuff, getting my shot off quicker, being quicker in general. So yeah,
Get you out of that bubble.
right?
Yeah. You're in that bubble of your high school team, and
out of the comfort zone is what I've always been told.
No question.
Which I think is huge for little kids growing up. You can't stay in your local township and
expect to be that next level.
Yeah, there's always better people out there.
Yep, there is. Hey, let's jump into your first item.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Shoes.
No, I want your first
item.
I just
All
want
right.
your first item. So I don't know what he has.
I had to bring it out.
Ah, there we go.
There we go.
It's got some stains on there.
Yep.
And what is that?
Blood, sweat. I don't even know. Yep. I had to get the jersey out.
I like it. Let me see that right there. Okay, that's thin.
Yeah,
That's
it's
light.
thin, yeah.
That's light.
Coach let me keep it this year.
Oh, yeah?
So I got both of them. I don't know if anyone will continue the legacy.
No one's gonna be able to wear number one?
I don't know. Maybe Shea. Shea 1 and 2. Shea
Okay.
O'Toole, Shea O'Toole. Yeah.
Okay. What is that? What does this mean to you? Why'd you pick this item?
There's a lot of reasons. So my idol growing up, Zach McCormick.
Yeah.
That's from the number standpoint. Yeah. And
he was
then
a beast.
He was. I literally stood out of the locker room and got autographs from him. I was obsessed with him. So I was like in 8th grade, I was debating like where I wanted to go to high school, and I was gonna go to Covington Catholic, but then I switched over. I was like, I want to stay home. I want to be in my hometown.
Like Zach.
Yeah. Yep. And
by the way, Zach went on to play at Miami.
Yeah.
Oxford. Yep.
So he had this jersey, and I was like, I love number 1. I've always wanted number 1, and I was like, I want to continue his. I want to basically be him. And then my cousin got number 1, and then he left my sophomore year, his junior year, to go to prep school, and I was like, I want number 1. So ever since then, ever sophomore year, or actually freshman year, I was number 1, but I was on JV. But so that's number 1, and then in this uniform, I scored my 1,000th point too, which means a lot to me.
Sure.
My uncle, unfortunately, beat me in points.
Really?
That's a different story.
We'll talk,
he had a little better team.
We'll talk about that.
But I beat my dad. My dad. But yeah, this jersey means a lot. I mean, I'm glad I stayed home. I'm in hometown. Won a first sectional championship against Elder.
Yep.
Game winner in that shot too.
I was there for that one.
Sorry to the Panthers.
That was at West Claremont High School, right?
Yeah. Sorry to the Panthers. I know they don't like me very much over there.
No, I don't think so. But yeah, so this jersey, obviously, for you to get to this level of a varsity, basketball player, you have to have a good circle of people. And I think your circle, let's talk about your family. Let's start with your father, Gary. As you talked about, he played at Turpin High School. Yeah. Scored, I believe, close to about 800 points.
Yeah, it was about 789, I think.
Yeah, close to that. And your dad, not only good high school basketball player, but got into coaching. Got into coaching young. I think he's around 20 years old.
Yeah.
Coached at Reading. Reading first.
Reading, and then
Anderson,
and then
Amelia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was got a lot of knowledge of the game early.
Yeah.
But I think what's so cool is your dad, I look at Gary as a great sports dad.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is forever, for years, I would see your dad rebounding for you at Mercy Healthplex. And the funny thing is, everybody that goes to Mercy Healthplex knows if the ball's bouncing and you hear somebody rebounding, it's Brady and Gary.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yep. It's very, very true.
You developed this great bond. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very blessed that he did that. I mean, I know a lot of people don't have rebounders. I mean, he rebounded for me every single day. Honestly, if I didn't go to the gym some days, it felt like me, damn, I got to go with my dad. He loves this, I love it more. But I mean, it's great having him there. He's always been. I mean, there's definitely been some heated arguments at the gym.
Of course.
I mean, we've gone after it a little bit, but I like to put it as he was my coach too, and on the court he's my coach, off the court he's my dad. I mean, there's a difference between that.
Sure.
I mean, but it was very nice having a rebound. I mean, I appreciate everything. I think that's one of the reasons where I've gotten, honestly.
Oh, there's no question about that.
Yeah.
That special bond.
That's special, yeah. And I can just talk to him about sports. I mean, after games, I mean, if I played bad, there was an argument. If I did something, there was an argument. But then we show love to each other, obviously.
For sure.
But,
Then you're right back at that gym working on the shot.
Right, next day, yeah. The cool thing is he experienced the same thing, like high school, Turpin High School, so he knows everything and coached, obviously. So.
Was it important for you to pass his scoring record?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you let him know?
Oh, yeah. As soon as I think I did it beginning of senior year or maybe end of junior year. I think probably end of junior year.
Yeah.
And I passed him. He knew it. He knew it was coming. He keeps track of all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he loves it. He had my film. He would pull up Huddle at school. He'd send me highlights. You need to do this. Yeah. He'd be sending me stuff. If someone missed a pass, he'd tell him practice. He'd be like, hey, tell so and so to pass the ball or something like that. But he's always helping.
Yeah.
He's never a hater. He's always helping.
I'm sure he misses those moments where, I would see you guys at Mercy Healthplex before a big game. For those that don't know, Turpin and Anderson is a big rivalry in the township, right? They're so close to each other. And, before, I know the first Anderson game your senior year, I mean, you were at the gym and they're shooting. I was like, don't you got to get to a game? He's going to miss those, moments. But you guys developed a special bond. But your mother, Libby, let's talk about what special bond do you have with your mother? Because she wasn't always up there rebounding.
No, she didn't really come, but she was more because we used to go home and we'd still be talking to each other, and she was more like the middle person, what happened, all this, and she's always been there for me too. She does everything for me, anything for me. I mean, she's not really the basketball, she's more keeping my head straight, because
sure.
I get mad sometimes at the refs and stuff, and she'd yell. But she grew up, she played sports, she understood.
Roger Bacon, right?
Yeah, Roger Bacon. So her sister, Katie Holt, and Jackson, when we played, we didn't play together, but all that, she knows what she's talking about. I mean, I'm very thankful that I have good parents and stuff like that.
It's that big support system
big support
to help
system,
you accomplish this.
Yep.
You have a sister too?
Sister,
You want to give your sister a shout out?
Yep. Shout out to Abby. She's always been there. She's rebounded for me a couple times.
Yeah? I think I have seen that.
She has. I'll give it to her.
So she played lacrosse?
She played lacrosse, 4 years. And then she's at UC now. She's studying to be a teacher, I think, elementary,
Okay,
I
cool.
think.
Following your dad's footsteps?
Yeah, follow my dad. Yeah, that'll not be me. That'll not be me. But yeah, she's been a big help too. She's always supported me. I mean, my sophomore year COVID was my sophomore year, and she still came to all the games. She was always there. I'm always bonded with her class too.
Yeah.
And she's always outside of basketball too. She's always helped me, and she's doing good.
I'm sure she's gonna miss seeing you play.
Yeah, she will. She's gonna try to come down in November. We've been texting a couple times.
Okay.
So hopefully she can make it down for.
Yeah. Well, that's great. You need that support system,
yeah.
with your family. So that's really
sure.
cool to see. All right, Brady. So before I forget, I asked your mother and father to write a note to you.
A note?
Yes. I have a note to you from Mom and Dad. Do you want to read it, or do you want me to read it?
You can read it.
Okay, I'll read it. You ready?
Yep.
Dear Brady, We are so proud of you, and proud is capitalized. We've said it over and over, but we know, watched, and lived how hard you've worked with coaches, trainers, dad, on your own, and many others to get here. Hard work pays off as you chase those dreams. You have so much drive, confidence that come honestly, LOL. But we also want you to stay humble.
Yeah.
You said that earlier. There are always younger kids watching and want to be like you. Stay humble. Remember, bad days are not a bad life. You will have them on and off the court. It's how you learn from them, and what you do with them is what's important. We will continue to follow you on this adventure and cannot wait to watch what all unfolds at West Georgia. Go Wolves. Love Mom and Dad. Your biggest fans.
Pretty nice.
That is nice. That
Yep.
sums it up.
That's
Stay home, right?
Stay humble. Yep.
So you
That's what I've always been told.
you get to keep that.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good. Yep. Thank you.
So let's jump into your shoes.
shoes.
I'm a shoe guy, so I'm anxious to
Yep.
see what Brady Hardewig has.
These
for
are
me.
some. It was hard to find shoes. I usually throw them out or give them away.
Okay.
So they're a little beat up, but they mean something to me.
Okay.
Once again.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, they're
These are Paul George's?
Yep. Paul George's.
Okay. What
Yep.
what colorway or whatever is this?
So I don't even know what the name is. So I've always been a big colorful shoe guy. Like I always love to, when I'm playing basketball, I love the colorful. I don't like plain black, white.
Yeah.
Which unless I have to. But these, I wore these my senior year at Turpin. I scored my 1,000th point, which means a lot to me. I broke a lot of records. Hit a couple game winners in those.
Let's you know what? Let's go over and let's take a walk and let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
I want to take these shoes and hear
Yep.
more about that. Cool.
All right, yep, sounds
All
good.
right. So, Brady, I want to know, what's your secret sauce? I mean, you're a very accomplished high school basketball player, but what's the secret sauce to your success?
I would say, like we talked about before, just working hard every single day. Because, like, if you look at me, I'm not gonna be the most athletic kid you
Yep.
see, not the quickest kid, but I mean, hard work just pays off. It's a famous saying, and that's what it does. I mean, every day grinding, no matter what. I mean, you're gonna have bad days. I always like to say I like to get 1% better every day.
I like that.
That's
I've never heard
yeah,
that.
Yeah, 1% better every day. Because you're not gonna go in the gym, make 100 shots in a row. Like you're
Right.
not gonna get 100%. Like 1% every day, and it builds up. And I'm 19 years old
I like
now,
that.
and I'm still working hard though. I mean, obviously it's not over.
And I
Get to the
mean,
next step.
let's look through your high school career. You scored 1,096 points.
Yeah.
4th all-time leading scorer in Turpin history. Who's above you? Do you know? There's 3.
There's 3. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a little.
One I'll give Zach McCormick. I'll give him that.
You don't want to give
Nah,
the other.
I'll get. Yeah. No, I don't want to talk. My uncle Adam.
Your uncle. Okay.
I think he's at 11. I was really close to him. I think I was like 20 points away.
You were gunning for it,
Yeah,
weren't
I was.
you?
If I had one more game, I would have gotten him.
You were your senior year ECC champs,
Mm-hmm.
averaged 17.5 points a game. You were ECC Player of the Year.
Yes.
You were Player of the Year District 16.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go on and on, but what do you feel is your biggest accomplishment your senior year with high school? What was that one moment?
I would say winning the ECC with our team, because as Cincinnati people know, we graduated a lot my junior year. We graduated everyone. I was the only returning starter, and it was kind of cool to win that ECC championship with my senior class. We were not picked to win it. We were not the best basketball team.
The people did not think.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys think about this. You play Anderson twice. Anderson was picked ahead of you.
Yep.
You beat him twice.
Yep. They lost 3 games and we beat them twice.
And the second
Crazy.
time you played Anderson, you had 34.
I did. That was a special moment. That was a really cool moment. My senior night.
Yeah.
I wanted to beat him. I hate Anderson. I lost him one time in my life. Let's not talk about that one. But 34, that was a cool night. I was getting some hate behind that.
Yeah.
Before the game, I was getting some hate, but
You were
I
on
just
a
kept my
mission.
head.
You were on a mission that game. I was at that game.
Yeah, I did not want to lose, and my senior night special. I was cooking.
If you look at what we're talking about, like Turpin Anderson and that whole community, a lot of these kids in the area look up to you.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before. Brady's worked my basketball camps.
Yeah.
And that's one thing about you that's so cool. Like, you really love like being around these
Yeah.
young kids and, you know, Artemi, one of the kids at our basketball camp named Artemi,
God.
this is his idol. Like
Yeah.
you looked up to Zach McCormick.
Yeah.
Artemi looks up. Am I right or wrong?
You're right. Completely
Like
right.
he wants to do everything you do, and you just have that effect on young
Yeah.
people. And you know, your mom said it and dad said that in that letter. You know, stay humble and know that kids are watching you. So what's your, you know, there's some players that don't want to help out that next generation.
Yeah.
They want to focus in on what they were doing, right, wrong, or indifferent. But not you, man. You really want to
Yeah.
help these, you know, next generation of kids.
Yep. In my younger experience, I had the same thing. I mean, Zach helped me out, my cousin helped me out, and then I built up, and I saw these kids like looking up to me, and I don't want to be that like, oh, he's too cocky. Like he's like, I want to be that nice, humble guy, and I would like some of the times on the court they'll be like, all right, Brady, like cool it down. But everyone like once they get old, they'll understand. Like you gotta trash talk. It gets
Right.
me going.
Sure.
But it's just like. I just love seeing little kids succeed too, and looking up to me. Like it makes me feel good. It makes me feel proud of myself. But I always tell them like work hard. I mean, I have people text me like, how do you stay confident and stuff like that, and I'm just like, you just gotta keep your head, keep going. Like
Yeah.
my parents said, like one bad day is not a bad life. Like
Sure.
you're gonna have bad days. I had bad games all the time. But I just try to tell kids keep their head, keep loving it. I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna force you to do anything. But
Sure.
if you have questions, ask. I'm always gonna be there.
Now you said bad games, but you had a lot of game winners,
I did.
right? What's
Yeah.
your? Would you say the elder one's your favorite?
Yeah, definitely older.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely
Give me
elder.
another game winner.
Kings win the ECC championship.
I was not there for that game, but I
Yeah.
saw the video. Take everybody through that game winner.
So I'm not gonna say anything about the Kings coaching, but it was questionable. So it was kind of the same thing as Elder. My first half I had like six or 7 points, and we were losing.
Mm-hmm.
And this for the ECC championship, or we tied it technically, but we won it in my eyes.
Yeah.
So it was tied 49-49, or it was 52-49. It was really going to overtime, and 8 seconds left. They just hit 2 free throws. We call timeout. It's full court, and I'm at the free throw line. Shea was supposed to set a screen. I was supposed to come off, and I look, and they're playing off me. And I look at my coach, and I look at Shea. I said, "Get out of my way." Like when I'm hitting those game winners, like all respect to my teammates, but I'm not passing. I'm not, whether I'm double teamed or
You've
not.
earned that.
I'm not passing. So I look at my coach, and he's like, "Just give me a headshot and head whatever." And I got the ball. Took about 6-7 dribbles. Did my little move. I just kind of like right hand in and out, rose up, went in, kind of turned around, gave the student section a little thing, and then went to overtime, hit another 3, and hit a layup, and that's all.
Yeah.
We won.
Yeah, I saw that on
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
You mentioned your coach, Josh Sloanum.
Yep.
And I like you, I've known Josh since he was
Yeah.
a little guy running around the Healthplex.
Yeah.
What did Josh Sloanum mean to you as a coach? I mean, he really helped your game.
Yeah, I would say he was more like the mental side about. I mean, he obviously knows his stuff, but he helped me mentally, like confidence. I mean, he was always telling me shoot. He'd never he yelled at me obviously, but he never told me to stop shooting. He always told me to catch off the pass.
Mm-hmm.
He would get mad at me if I dribbled sometimes, but he always just helped me. I mean, like I said earlier, I was going to Covcath, and he was like trying to convince me to come back to Turpin. I was like, yeah, I've always loved Sloanum. But he's helped me so much. And then Michael Misla, I'm sure you know him.
Yeah, sure.
He's
Yeah.
helped me a ton. I mean, I still stay in contact with them. Obviously they're gone, but
Yeah.
which is kind of, I mean, they got to do what they got to do.
Right.
But yeah, Josh he's helped me so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so your go-to move. All right. Like I said, you've put a lot of time in the gym, a lot of sweat equity. You have to have that one signature move.
Yeah.
You ready to show it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Give me the shoes. We'll get a basketball here.
All right.
All right, Brady. Ready? Go-to
Yep.
move. What is it? Tell me and then show me.
So I always like, so I drive left a lot. I'm a righty, but I drive left a lot. And so I always take 1 or 2 dribbles, and the famous move is the step back. I always step back, pull it back. Because when I shoot, I kind of bring it like over a little bit. It's not like perfect.
Uh-huh.
So it just always flows with me. So I step back.
So why that move? Why does that work for you?
I've always gotten a lot of separation off of it, so I get my shot off cleaner. And I always like I usually do in like the post area. I like post up and just like step back like right here. I mean threes are obviously, but they're a little harder. But they just create separation for me, and I'm always looking for separation. Because if I get separation, I always think it's going in. I mean, I think every shot's going in. But
How many hours have you spent, do you think, over
God.
the years working on that? Countless?
Countless. I mean, I would go back and forth, just continuous step backs. I mean, that was one of the drills me and my dad did. We did it the other day.
Yeah.
That takes. I mean, it's a tough shot. You got to keep your balance and stuff. So it's putting the work in.
Yep.
It'll pay off.
Love it. All right, Brady, you ready for this?
Yep.
Okay. Got a little game. Got 3 questions for you. Okay. What's that say?
GOAT.
GOAT. Greatest of all time. Okay. So I've got 3 questions for you. In basketball, who is the all-time GOAT and why?
Michael Jordan.
Right answer.
100%.
This
No
kid right
question.
here. You hear that? Stu Holt, who's working behind the camera, thinks Kobe Bryant is. He's wrong, but
I'll give you second.
okay.
Kobe second.
That's good enough, Stu. He's shaking his head.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Why?
Winner. I mean, if you go to the NBA and you're a winner, I mean, that's what they're asking you to do. I mean, it's cool scoring and all, but if I'm drafting a player, I want to win. They're drafting to win NBA championships, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, he's 6-0 in the finals.
Yep.
I don't really 10 times scoring or something. I mean, I can go here for
Go
days.
on and on.
But he just win. I know obviously people say, oh, he had Scottie Pippen, but Scottie Pippen was good because of Michael Jordan.
Absolutely. See, we're on the same page.
Michael Jordan by far.
What player do you watch now, NBA or college, that you mimic some things off of and apply to your game?
I would say NBA. I would say Luka Doncic.
Okay.
Because he's not the quickest. I'm not the
Right.
quickest, but we kind of play that back to the basket kind of type game. I like him a lot. Obviously, I don't like his attitude's questionable, but I don't really pay attention to that. They're grown men. I would say Luka. And in college, man, I would say I liked watching Aaron Kraft back in the day.
Yeah.
I liked him from
Ohio
Ohio State. Yeah. I really like Steve Nash too, his passing, because
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a pretty good passer. I've always wanted to get better at passing.
That's my favorite thing
Yeah.
about you. I think
Yeah.
I've told you this before,
Yeah.
is your ability to really pass the basketball. I think people get caught up in the scoring.
Yeah.
But, man, you can really – and I saw that in AAU.
Yeah.
I didn't see it as much in high school, but then when you played AAU for us, and Coach Mike Price and I were talking one day, and I'm like, Mike, he can really pass the basketball. And he's like, yes, he can.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that
It's
about you.
Yeah, definitely overlooked a little bit, but share the ball.
Absolutely. All right, GOAT in music. Who's your music GOAT?
Wow. I got to go with Rod Wave.
That's the second Rod Wave?
I love Rod Wave.
Yeah? He just released a new album, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I've listened to it all. Yep.
Okay.
I love.
Pre-game?
Pre-game, not so much Rod Wave. I mean, he kind of gives off that. You got to be in a certain mindset for Rod Wave.
Very melodic.
Yeah. Pre-game, I would say I like Young Boy. He gets me going. Lil Durk, they get me going.
Lil Durk?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would say overall Rod Wave for
Okay.
sure. He gets me.
Third and final question. This is the most important one. In the Hardewig family, who is the GOAT?
Me.
You're the GOAT?
Absolutely.
Gary,
Absolutely me.
Libby, Abby, you guys hear this?
Yep.
You're the GOAT?
Yes.
Why? I can see your family shaking their
They're
head
probably
right
shaking
now.
their heads. I mean, I've accomplished the most, I would say, humbly. My dad would probably give it to me, the GOAT. I mean, he admits that I was better than him.
Cool.
And
that's tough for a dad to do sometimes.
he will admit it. You have to get it out of him a little bit. But to fair to him, I mean, he raised me like that. So
Yeah, for sure. He wanted you to be better.
Yeah, he wanted me to be better. I mean, obviously, I hope everyone's like that. But I would say me for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready? We're going to do a little contest now.
Yep. Sounds
All right.
good.
We're going to have, let's see, a couple different choices.
All right.
Shooting, free throw, half court, our version of pig, which is bag. So I'm going to let you select, and we're going to have a contest. All right?
All right.
Ready? Let's go. All right, Brady. It's time to pick a contest.
Sir.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Pick something here.
Bag.
Okay. Our version of pig here. Bag.
Yep.
You ready to lose?
Nope.
Oh, you gonna? Okay.
3-0 you.
Ooh, there's the ball right there. Let's rock and roll. You get first shot.
We're starting with a free throw.
Oh, he
gotta get it loose. Oh wow.
Ooh.
Gotta get used to these rims.
Oh, it's the rims?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I don't think you've ever seen me shoot, Brady, have you? Ooh. Now let me ask you this question here. West Georgia. Why West Georgia?
So I really fell in love with, like, I went to campus and like a year ago today actually. I fell in love with the place. I mean, I've always wanted to go south. That's always my goal ever since I was really young.
Good weather.
Yeah, good weather down there. And the coaches really, I mean, Coach Dave Moore, he's a Cincinnati guy.
Yep.
I think he went to Oak Hills, I
Yeah,
want to say.
he did.
And I loved him. He always helped me out and stuff. Andy Young, our assistant coach, Mark Schultz. I fell in love with
A lot
him.
of Cincinnati
Yeah, a lot of
ties.
Cincinnati
Mark went to Covcaf.
Mark went to Covcaf, yeah.
And Cole Fisher.
And Cole Fisher, yeah. He
CHJ.
definitely, I talked to him throughout the whole process. And he really, on my visit, I pretty much hung out with him the whole time.
Cool.
And he gave me a perspective, and it's going good for sure.
Just felt comfortable.
Felt comfortable, yeah.
And
even though it's 7 hours away.
That's a
Definitely
big
got a little
deal.
homesick, but
That's a big
I'm
deal
over,
for
yeah.
kids to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, at the school they're going to, whether it's basketball, the social,
Yeah.
academic, you need to feel comfortable.
Yep.
The recruiting process for you, I know it gets tricky for some kids. It's real tricky now with the
Yeah, with the
portal,
portal.
COVID. How was the recruiting process for you?
It was, so I would say most of my offers came in my junior year. I had a lot of D2 interest. I had Mercyhurst, Pennsylvania, West Georgia, obviously, Thomas More. So I had a lot of options where I could. It was more location for me.
Okay.
Obviously, I wanted to fall in love. I loved all the coaches though. So like my process was like, if I want to stay home, Thomas More, West Georgia. But West Georgia, our facilities are just super.
Yeah.
They're high level, and obviously we're transitioning to D1 next year, which we have to have the right facilities. But it was definitely a challenge. I just kept my mind, like, I knew all the offers were going to come. I mean, I worked so hard. There's no way. Like,
For sure.
it's going to come eventually.
Something's good going
So
to happen.
definitely a challenging time to pick, though. I mean, it's tough.
Yeah.
You got to call the coaches, and it's always a
Yeah.
tough conversation.
It is.
So,
It is.
But yeah, it's definitely felt like I made the right choice.
Let's see. You know, I did bike sprints before I came here, so my legs are a little.
I just woke up.
You hear that, Cruzy? You heard it, Stu? Okay, let's see what we got here.
Oh wow.
Ooh! You see that, Coach Stu? Coach Stu's trying to get me to play again, 5-on-5, but it ain't happening. Now, you're going to redshirt this year.
Yes. Yep.
Why'd you decide to do that? Now, before you say that, I know that's tough for some, young players.
Yeah.
You want to go in, you want to play right away. How'd that conversation go?
So on my visit, actually, Coach mentioned it, and I was all for it. I mean, I just want to get bigger and stronger for my next year, and I've talked to a lot of people from Mitch Johnson,
Yeah.
from Charleston.
Yeah.
He was telling me a couple kids, and he's kind of building some things that I should do, and I'm taking it as just an opportunity to get better. I mean, obviously it's going to be tough not playing,
Yeah.
but I still get to practice all the time.
Yep.
But I think it's great for me. I've always not wanted to do it, but I think it's
already on your
a good
radar.
opportunity. I mean, then I get 4 years of I get already experienced practice, and now I just got to go hoop.
Sure.
But yeah.
You've already gotten stronger.
Yeah,
How
for
long
sure.
have you been down there?
We did 8 weeks, so 8 weeks I think. Yeah,
Okay.
because we just finished our preseason Wednesday. Now we're on fall break and start practice tomorrow.
Yeah. How much weight have you?
I've gained like 5 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I mean, you just got to eat, honestly.
Yeah.
Because like we're conditioning, we're losing so much weight, but you got to eat, weight room, protein, and all that.
The diet's very important.
Yep.
How do you feel about going Division I?
I love it. Yeah.
When did you find out? Was it during the recruiting process?
No,
or?
he didn't. He's always mentioned it, or he's always like wanted to. When he took the job, his goal was to keep elevating the program. So he came to Cincinnati. Well, there was a rumor about it, and then it kind of went away. And then he came to Cincinnati in the summer, and me and Cole went to the Roses with him, and he's like, 80% chance we are.
Yeah.
And then we got on campus and they kept talking about it, and then 2 weeks ago on a Friday they officially announced that we had a pep rally and stuff.
Yeah, how was that?
So it was cool. It's definitely I think I'm in a great position too, like redshirting, then going Division I. So
yeah.
like
Perfect timing.
perfect timing, I think, for me.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. All right, well, hopefully you make a shot here, okay?
Yeah, this one's going in.
Might want a red shirt from this competition here.
Yeah, I might need to. There it is. Heating up now.
Okay, okay. There we go.
Damn.
There we go. All right, let's see. Come on, let's go.
We're going farther.
I'm beating you, Brady. Come on.
We're going farther.
Oh, a little Steph Curry range.
Get in.
Okay, okay. Yep. Oh, come on. Man.
Corner.
Oh.
It is. Good slot right here.
Okay, okay. Oh, that's off. I felt it when it came out of my hand. VA. Woo. Getting a little nervous here.
Slot right here. Yellow line.
For the game?
Game time. Game time.
Dame time? Dame time.
Just like I used to do.
Uh-huh. True.
I don't think I've ever lost in a game of pig.
You've never lost a
I'm
game?
gonna put that out there right now.
Huh. I wish I would have heard that before.
Challenge everyone.
Let me lean in this one. Oh, oh. Edit that. Edit that.
Edit.
So, when it's all said and done, when you finish your college career, what do you want to be remembered as?
I think, like we talked about before, like always that underdog kid. Like I've been told my whole life, not really, like I'm always undersized, slow, like you're not gonna make it.
Yep.
And I just want to be remembered as that hardworking. I mean, when people say that, it goes one ear out the other. Like I don't care. I'm a pretty good mindset guy. I believe in that stuff. I think mindset is a key to basketball.
Yep.
So I just remember as that hard worker, that kid who always will be in the gym, always gonna outwork you no matter if you're 6'6", athletic. I'm just gonna outwork you.
Yeah, and now you're gonna have 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
To do it.
Yep.
I'm gonna bet on you to be very successful.
Yep.
That's for
Appreciate
sure.
that, yeah.
But you beat me in pig.
Yep.
Or bag.
Bag, yeah.
Yeah. And next time though.
Next time you'll get
I'm
me.
gonna practice a little bit. I'm gonna make sure I beat you.
For sure.
You know, Brady, I'm glad I had the opportunity to watch your journey from a little kid shooting at the Healthplex to, I mean, a couple weeks ago watching you shoot. It's been a pleasure watching that, and it's going to be a pleasure watching you succeed in college. One of the questions I like to ask everyone that comes on this show is, let's think in the future. 2030.
2030.
What will Brady Hardewig be doing in 2030? I know it's a long time to think about.
It is a long time. My dream and what I'm working towards is to play overseas somewhere.
I love it.
I want to get out of the States. I love to travel.
Yeah.
I want to get out of the States and play basketball for 5-10 years. And I'm doing business right now, so hopefully get a business degree and go towards that after that.
Yeah.
So I want to go to Italy. That's the dream.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why Italy? You just
I don't know. I've
love the
always
culture?
wanted to see there.
Okay.
I've always wanted to play there.
Okay.
So.
Well, like I said before, I'm going to bet on you because what I watched you do from the time you were young in high school, and like you said, you would hear people say, "Oh, Brady's too slow. He can't do this and that," and you always found a way.
Yep.
All ECC Player of the Year, 1,000-point scorer. You always found a way. And I'm going to say you're going to find a way at West Georgia to be successful, and you're going to find a way to play professional.
Yep.
I'm not betting against you.
Appreciate
So I
it.
wish you the best
Yep.
of luck moving
Thank you.
forward. I'm going to check out some of those games on the internet.
For sure.
All right?
For sure.
Appreciate you coming
Yep.
on. What's in your bag?
Thank you. Thanks for having
All right, Brady. Players love this. They come on the show. They get free Penn Station. I got a bunch of these gift cards here. Do you like Penn Station?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what do you get?
Chili cheesesteak, fries, of course. Usually get the large one.
Ooh, fresh
And
cut
then,
fries.
Yeah, fresh cut fries and freshly squeezed lemonade.
Ooh, that lemonade is
Yeah,
fire.
it's so good.
I'm getting hungry just talking about this. Give Penn Station a shout out for us.
Thank you for the Q-Cons, Penn Station. Probably the best hot sub place out there.
Ooh, I like that. There you go, brother. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Yep.
Since this interview, Brady redshirted his freshman year at West Georgia after suffering a knee injury in practice. He is healthy now and all set to help Coach Dave Moore and the Wolves have a great 2024-2025 season.